Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Hunter. This is the Bourbon Hunter. I do barrel picks, bourbon hunts, reviews, all that good stuff. And unfortunately, Patreon has completely canceled my page. There was no warning, there was no heads up, and there is a few questions that I have that are still not answered. I believe some things were handled incorrectly. I believe that the money that was in the Patreon account has not been refunded to everyone that they say they have. And there are a bunch of underlying problems that if you have a favorite content creator that you support, I think you should check out these emails that I'm going to show you and how they handled this situation and maybe tell them to be on the lookout. Let's get into it. On October 15th, just 9 days before the release of an in-store and online barrel pick that I had, Patreon sent me this email. This is the Patreon Trust and Safety Team. Your Patreon features material that falls outside of the bounds of our community guidelines and has been removed. You saw that correctly. No courtesy lick, no warning, no nothing. Alcohol-related substances, blah, blah, blah. And it talks about creators may not offer promotions, coupons, or other incentives to purchase or obtain these products. That's important because every single bourbon page in the entire bourbon community, at least that I'm aware of, has some type of offer, promotion, coupon, or incentive to purchase Patreon and to purchase the products. I see a huge problem with that. And I'm sure if you're a supporter of another content creator, that may be concerning language. Please find the examples of the violations, which is fair. Here we go. Old Forester Bourbon Hunter sample giveaway. I understand that one. But then this other one. Public Cedar Ridge barrel picks for sale now. This is where I hung my hat, because there are other content creators in the bourbon community that I will not name. And I have a very good relationship with them that promote their barrel picks on their Patreon page. And when Patreon found out about it, they gave them a warning. I believe of at least 2 instances. I know for sure of one, but at least 2 that this has happened, where they were offering barrel picks by some type of link or some type of instruction set that would then be given to go and purchase this alcohol through a licensed third-party retailer that was completely off of the Patreon platform. It's not like we were embedding links and saying, click this button. We were saying, hey, go to thebourbonhunter.com, click on the Barrel Picks tab, type in the password, and there you go. That was the instruction set. The link for my website was there because I typed it out, and that was against the rules. And there's a lot of underlying issues with this. It goes down to banking. It goes down to some of the licensing that Patreon has, that Shopify has. And I think it's extremely important to look into this a little bit more. So that way, if you have someone that maybe is doing this, that you're supporting, you might want to have them look for an alternative, which I have created. I have created my own membership website. So let's get to that real quick, and then we'll dive deeper into all of the emails from myself and Patreon. So, like I said, thebourbonhunter.com. Yes, my standard website that I sell all of my merchandise on. And there is a new tab. We are at the memberships tab. You click on the memberships tab, or if you're on mobile, you click on the 3 dots on the left side of your screen, and there'll be a drop-down tab that you can then see the memberships option. Click on the memberships option, and here we are. The Hunt Club, because why not? I think Hunt Club's a cool name for it, so that's what we're going to call it. And we have all of the options and a few new ones here for you to view. So we have Bourbon Buddy, which has access to club exclusive merchandise. This is the lowest form of supporting the channel. I now receive like 98% of all of this membership fee. So Patreon was taking a larger percentage. So I am now getting supported even more so directly by you. Thank you for that. There is also the Bourbon Whisperer. It's back, but it's better. It's in bronze now. So custom Discord badge, name at the end of every video, access to group 4 barrel picks. So as you know, barrel picks are tiered, they're structured. So it goes group 5 being the last group that has access, then group 4, then we go to group 3, which is Bourbon Bestie, by far my most popular option that I had on my old page. And there you go, Group 3 access. And this one comes with a Bourbon Hunter engraved Glencairn glass after 3 months of membership. I'm keeping that in there. I'm not changing that. I think that was awesome. And I will honor anybody that has proof that there was a 3-month membership that was missed in the past because I wasn't able to access my Patreon page. I will honor the 3-month membership. I know some people were very close, so feel free to reach out to me. And especially if you signed up, you can definitely contact me easy that way as well. Bourbon Baller. So this is the new one. This is the new one here. This is so cool. So I wanted to give people, an additional option to support me even more. And I think this one definitely has some perks to it. So you get the Bourbon Hunter engraved glass 2 months after your membership starts. You get access to the exclusive merch, but this one gives you a 15% off coupon and group 2 access to all of my barrel picks that come out. We have about 11 barrel picks scheduled for next year. We got about 10 to 11. A few were kind of up and down. We're getting some conversations going with some of these distilleries, but we have quite a few barrels coming. So very excited for this. And then the Bourbon Maniac. Check this out. The Bourbon Maniac. Yes. So the Group 1 priority access to my barrel picks, exclusive code for 20% off. And you get a free merchandise every 3 months from the club exclusive merch category. So let's say we start releasing something really cool, which we have a really awesome roadmap planned out. That's what we have going on, and it is just so exciting. So a lot of cool, unique, awesome merchandise ideas, some really handy things from the bourbon lover myself that you may also love and enjoy and use all the time. So there you go. That's it. Let's get back to the emails. If you're interested, check it out, thebourbonhunter.com, and go to the memberships tab. If you're interested in just joining the newsletter, keeping up to date, lingering around, waiting for barrel picks, this is where you can find it. There's also a blog tab where I will be uploading blogs, and it's all going to be on the central hub of my website. So feel free to go to thebourbonhunter.com anytime, check out the blog, check out the newsletter, and check out the memberships if you're interested. Let's get back to the emails. All right, so this obviously came as a shock to me, right? I mean, I responded within 30 minutes of this coming out. I'm extremely sorry for the negligence regarding the guidelines for Patreon. I'm a full-time branch manager of a construction company in South Carolina. Started my YouTube channel and Patreon to try and get away, and show some of my passion. I have a ton of passion for bourbon, obviously. I was unaware of the guidelines relating to linking alcohol-related content. Ignorance on my end is not an excuse, but I plead with you to allow me the opportunity to delete all prohibited related content and continue my page within the community guidelines. To the best of my knowledge, I was never giving a warning or a heads up. And so I was like, what can I do? And I mentioned that I was not given a warning because I called a certain individual who was given a warning, and I confirmed that they were. So, more or less, I think that's an interesting way to go about it, that the precedent was set, that a warning was given to a creator and not to another creator within the same infraction, per se. And I was unaware of somebody ever getting a warning for something like that. So this was not responded to for a little while, and then it opened up with this information here. So this is Rowan. This is the beginning of Rowan's arc. And this guy just was a stone wall. He was impenetrable. And so after your review, your appeal has been deemed invalid. Here is why. You will need to provide evidence to support your claim. So my simple, hey, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I'll never do it again. Please allow me the option to remove anything you don't like. Nah, dude. Nah. You got to provide us evidence. And you have 6 months. And if you'd like to, go here, click on this link, all that good stuff. And this was my response to them asking to provide evidence. Rowan, I have been completely locked out of my account. How does Patreon expect me to have sufficient evidence to rebuttal this claim? Rowan, my main concern is the fact that my account was removed. I reached out to other Patreon pages in the Bourbon community, one of which told me they were given a warning before their account was suspended. They then went back and removed all the content to adhere to the rules. Patreon then no longer deemed their account as violating any type of guidelines, and they were free to continue on. I am asking for that same opportunity. I will go back, and this is like my appeal, my evidence. I gave him a list. I will go back and get rid of any links. I will no longer announce the opportunity to purchase barrel picks on my page. I will no longer announce any type of alcohol related giveaways or purchase opportunities because there was no alcohol purchased directly on my Patreon page. Please, I'm asking for the opportunity to correct my page. With my full understanding of the rules now, I'm sure I can make sure it never happens again. I pray for your consideration and empathy. Thank you. Well, that didn't get anywhere. And here comes Rowan off the top rope again. We've reviewed your latest message and sorry to inform you that your appeal filing has been denied. I've gathered resources below regarding our latest team's scope of action over the use of Patreon's funding of violative works, naming, commerce, all that good stuff, and off Patreon activity. So that's a guideline most people probably didn't know about. Patreon is a place where creators can connect, and then it just goes into some nonsense that's probably copy and pasted to everyone. Well, I sat down and I read that whole thing. I read the whole page. So then I said, after reading your guidelines related to alcohol, I believe I did not directly violate the language stated. And I'm no lawyer. I do have a criminal justice degree, but that has nothing to do with this. For example, how you claim to enforce the policies below is copy and pasted from your website. We enforce our policies on products and benefits offered on Patreon's platform, as well as products, services, and benefits that may be purchased through Patreon but are delivered or received off platform. Delivered and received off platform, but that may be purchased through Patreon. So there's some word wiggling there that I was like, maybe I can get through to him, or maybe I can at least get some type of resolution. I said there was no product of mine offered on Patreon's platform. There was a link on the cited violation that was just my Cedar Ridge barrel pick is available. The link was to my website directly, which is once removed from Patreon's platform. Then another link was generated from a password protected, age verified website, twice removed from Patreon's platform. Then once the product was selected, it was then sent to a third party checkout screen, 3 times removed from Patreon's platform. This item was even delivered, verified by a national delivery service for state and federal compliance with physical ID verification, 4 times removed from Patreon's platform. I don't know. I have no law degree, but I thought that was a pretty good argument. So I sent it off. And this is where things went dark with Rowan. Lights are not on and no one's home. October 22nd at 7:18 a.m. I fired off that message with an arrow. And that pigeon got hit somewhere along the way from here to San Francisco, where they're headquartered out of. And I didn't get a response. And now, in my situation, I had a barrel pick coming out on October 24th. I have cases sitting in physical locations. I'm dealing with 5 separate store owners. I'm dealing with people trying to comment on my Patreon posts because certain people have access to the page, certain people do not. The page was not taken down directly. It was still floating up in the air, and people were paying for access to it, and I couldn't upload. How's that supposed to work? Can you please email me an Excel sheet with all the free and paid members so I can communicate with my audience that I will no longer be on Patreon? My viewers and followers are left in the dark because of my inability to communicate with them. I feel like that is the least that Patreon can do. Can you please release the remaining funds in the withdrawal account to me? If you are unaware, Patreon has a specific kind of holding account where they process Apple payments and credit card payments, and then when they're cleared, that account can then be withdrawn to your bank account. So at the time, I had $2,100 in my account. I was making $1,500-ish every month on Patreon. So I had about a month and a half or a little less of Patreon payments in that account. I understand that due to the terms of service, some funds were allegedly refunded to specific viewers. However, there was a substantial amount of money in the withdrawal page that was not earned through any violations of the terms of service, and I believe it is owed to myself. Can you please withdraw that remaining balance to my account? So then, October 24th, that morning, that email was received but never responded to, so I started freaking out just a little bit, which is fine. I mean, I'm very not used to this situation. So I was like, Rowan, I understand that the funds have been refunded. Can you please provide me an Excel sheet just so I can talk to y'all? And I was like, are you available to send me the Excel sheet, the member list, so I can inform people not to travel or take time off work today? Can you please send me the exported list so I can communicate with my audience the current situation? I am completely locked out, like completely. Rowan, can you please respond to my request for member data? That is the least you can do, correct? Rowan, are you able to provide the list I'm talking about? Because I started getting comments like this. It definitely sucks. I took a vacation day from work today, drove 2 hours to Columbia to buy a bottle just to find out I couldn't buy it. I'm beyond pissed right now. Don't set a date, then change it without letting anyone know. I tried, bro. I tried. I just found out from your Patreon account. Sorry to hear that happened, but you had already posted when the drop was, so all your Patreon members, blah, blah, blah. I get it, man. I'm sorry. I talked to him over the email. We're good. We're all good now. He's okay. Claudia says, hey, I apologize. I've attached the CSV file. This is October 27th. This is like multiple days after the release was supposed to be. She's taking over support for Rowan, right? Heck yeah. So then I got the list and I emailed everyone and I said, sorry, be on the lookout for information coming up soon. And there we go. We got the golden nugget of information here after bothering them for multiple days. We're gonna have to blur like my phone number and stuff on here, but this is a big point I was trying to make to them right here. I said, I can only ask to be treated the same way Patreon treated a larger content creator and given the same opportunity to take corrective action regarding my page. That's a very important point because we scroll all the way down here. And this is what they said to that. This is Rowan again. Well, thanks, Rowan. Glad you're back. As stated in my previous messages, specifics pertaining to our team's processes are confidential with the exception to the users whose accounts are being actioned. So, there you go. We are not at liberty to discuss details surrounding enforcement instances of third-party users with you, much in the same way we do not discuss action taking on your account. As stated before, if you would like to point us to violative content on other creator pages that you find, please feel free to do so. You see that? If I'd like to send them a lead, I can. Maybe that helps me. Maybe it doesn't. Don't hesitate to email me. Well, you don't hesitate either, buddy. And my response to that was pretty good, not gonna lie. I said, I'm not snitching on anyone. Thanks for asking if I would. When will my members receive funds to their accounts for the payments that they were posted before, during, or after my ban? I've pretty much given up hope that this is ever going to be resolved, so I just cut the cord. I'm not snitching, dude. Thug life. I'm not snitching. With that being said, refunds have been sent back. Everything should be good. At the time of my account's removal. Today is the same day I'm posting this video. That is 31 days. And I've confirmed with multiple people. Over 219 paying members. And not a single one has received a refund from Patreon since October 15th. And that is the main issue with this. I don't know if it takes forever to process a refund, but I know one thing. That's an interesting way to handle over a month and a half, a significant amount of money, it not be visible for anyone for this long. I hope that my members get their reimbursement. I hope that creators like you, creators that you may know, that you may support, consider these emails and this particular portion of it where people paid good money to support me directly and I was not given that money and they were not given that money back yet. I hope y'all consider that being an interesting way to handle it. Like I said, please check out my membership options. We got a lot of awesome barrel picks coming up. We got the Old Forester right here. That's going to be releasing in a few weeks once the website is kind of revamped with the people that have been wanting to support me. Thank you, all of you, for the continued outreach and support. I know it's exciting. We have so many barrel picks coming up. This will never go away. This is mine. I control this now. So thank you so much for watching. If you care to share this video, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It's the only way we can really push forward and continue to do more. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bourbon Hunter, out.